Hello tree huggers, my name is Tree and welcome to just a different kind of video. I streamed for about 2 hours building the base for Barry the Bard. Since he is a bard, my mind immediately went to Dungeons and Dragons because I do play. I've played for about 2 years now, and I've been in a 2 year long game now, and we actually met one of our companions, who was a bard at a tavern. So I really wanted to mimic that to kind of just throw back to that memory, just tie it in a little bit to me. So of course, to start out, I just got some gear, and then I started to take down the house, because we had built a little box for the first episode just to survive, but I needed to destroy that so that I could make a new base, just starting completely from scratch. So of course I'm doing this voiced over, because there was audio in the stream. If you guys want to go watch the VOD from this stream, I'll leave a link to my Twitch in the description. As well as, if you guys have any ideas that you want for future builds, make sure to join my Discord, and I have a general chat in there where I can talk to you guys. And if you guys have any suggestions with anything that you want, you can just put them down there and I'll be sure to respond pretty soon. So right here, we're just taking our pickaxe and just mining everything out, and then I believe we're about to switch to our hammer. No, we're gonna go put some stuff in the chest. So I put the rest of my loot in the chest, and then I go back to hammering out the walls and then just completely flattening out the ground, because I'm going to need a lot of space for this build. I have two buildings that I had in mind for this. Before I actually started building, I went ahead and sketched out what I wanted to build, because about 3 weeks ago I did a live stream, because I started streaming before I started making YouTube videos. But I streamed for probably 3 hours building, and I only got like very little done because I hadn't planned out before, so I didn't want to make that mistake again. I wanted to plan everything out and make sure that I got exactly what I wanted to build laid out before I started recording and started trying to make it into Terraria. So right now we're just cutting out all the trees, and I'm gonna go back and flatten out the ground. We had our guide and merchant from our other house. I ended up having to despawn them because they were getting in the way of building and everything. But other than that, we didn't really run into any troubles. The stream was super smooth. We had a great time there. I was just relaxing, and there was only one person watching it the entire time, and they never really chatted. So I was just talking to myself. So this is the base for the build that I was gonna make. I made a false foundation, and then, or I began making a false foundation, and then I like to lay out what the outside of my builds will look like beforehand, so I can make sure that everything's proportional, everything looks good before I start doing the interior and then noticing. So now that we have all of that figured out, I started placing the inside of the walls. I used blue tile walls to just fill in everything, and then I used Ebonstone brick wall to kind of outline where structures were going. I then made the roof out of blue dynasty or red dynasty tile painted deep blue, and then I put berries as kind of like a memento to Barry the Bard, which is the name of our character. And then here I started filling in the details because I wanted it to feel really like a tavern. So this is the second build that I wanted to do. It is a wizard tower. I've done one of these in the past, probably 4 years ago, but I really wanted to challenge myself, and instead of just doing kind of like a straight up, very angular build, I instead wanted to do a more curved build because I've never really experimented with like organic shapes, and this is very It's more symmetrical than I had planned originally, but that's just because, my brain just automatically focuses and tries to make things symmetrical. But overall, it turned out really well, and you guys will see me decorating it or building further in just a second. As you can see right about now, I kind of built off to the side. That's going to be another tower, and they're going to both be connected by a little tunnel almost. And then right here, I was just building some supports, and then I started building the base for the tower. I built it out of walls, and then I added some smooth granite overlay, and then I actuated it all just to make it seem a little more rounded and much less angular. So here I am again, just placing the background walls, trying to make things look nice. I pretty much followed my plan exactly. As you can see here, I'm placing some ladders. That's not in Vanilla Terraria. That was added through not Louis AFK's, Chad's Furniture mod. It's a fantastic mod if you're into building. I would highly recommend it. It adds a bunch of really cool textures and items. So this is what it begins to look like after I was just decorating a little bit, and then I started on the roof. So I decided to go for more peaked style, and I ended up using the design that Chaos uses in his medieval build in his channel, except instead of doing red, I did purple, and just have the kind of Japanese spiked kind of look, and I am really happy with where it came out. For the background, because there's no real background wall with the same texture as the Dynasty tile, I used copper wall painted the same color, and it turned out fantastic. And then I'm just doing the same thing for the other one, except without the two wings on the side. I'm just doing a spire because it is smaller, and the side wings can look a little weird if they're really small. So here I am just decorating the rest of it. I pretty heavily focused on the furniture in these builds, and then just adding kind of little spots that show it's kind of lived in, like the books scattered everywhere. That's just a personal touch I love. I love books. And then here I put books on the table instead of an enchanted ball, because I use enchanted balls in the other two rooms. But yeah, so I just wanted to do this to kind of show you guys my building process. I didn't want to just build a base and just port it in and be like, oh, surprise, here's a build now. I wanted to show you guys the process of how I got from point A to point B. If I do extend the base and make more off camera, I will do something like this, where I will stream it and then I'll break it down for you guys so you guys don't miss anything. But that is all for today. Tomorrow will be episode 2 of Barry's Bard Adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already. I looked at my analytics, and about 70% of you guys are subscribed, which is just absolutely amazing. As well as go ahead and drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and also comment if you want to see anything in the next build or further in the series. I hope I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.